787 Dreamliner is an aircraft heavily reliant on electrical and electronic-based systems. This is the background of the entire issue. And one may recollect that on January 17, 2019, a Boeing Dreamliner operated by Japan's All Nippon Airways, flying from Tokyo, Haneda to Osaka, experienced an unexpected engine shutdown after landing, suspected to be caused by a software or computer glitch. In the light of this precedent, has any clarification been sought from Boeing, the engine manufacturer, GE Aerospace, Genex, and Honeywell, which provides avionics, propulsion systems, landing systems, cockpit and cabin electronics, and various components for this aircraft regarding the Ahmedabad incidents. And also, we understand that that a number of airlines world over have grounded their Boeing 787 Dreamliner fleets after the Ahmedabad air crash. So I would like to know from the Honorable Minister that is this a malfunction in the aircraft's electrical system? Could the same issue that caused the electrical failure system also have led to the interruption of the fuel supply to the engines? So all these issues come to the fore. And going by the conversation which was recorded in the cockpit voice recorder, the fuel supplies to the engines was cut off. The recorded conversation indicated that neither the captain nor the co-pilot manually cut off the fuel switch. This raises a significant question. So we would like to know from the Honorable Minister that going by the preliminary report which has just been received, what is the cause of this shutdown of both the engines? Was it electrical failure or electronic failure? Or what are the preliminary findings which would lead us to know the exact causes of these incidents?
Thank you.
Chairman, sir, the honorable member has asked a very serious and very comprehensive question regarding the incident that has happened in Ahmedabad. Sir, I would like to start by answering that the investigation process, which is according to the international protocol, the norms which were set by International Civil Aviation Organization, where the state of operation should have their investigation body, and we have our own investigation body, which is the Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau, which got into the investigation process right after the incident with the subject experts into the site, and they have started their process according to the international protocol, and they have involved subject matter experts, all the international necessary people who are supposed to be participating in the investigation, and they have gone through the first set of investigation process, and they have given us the preliminary report. And if you look at the preliminary reports, sir, AIB, as for the first time, so whenever these incidents happen, and if the black box gets damaged, black box is the flight data recorder, which has all the necessary information which gets recorded. And whenever there is a slight damage that happens, it was always, it came to that point, sir, where we were sending the black box outside to the original equipment manufacturer and getting it decoded from that state of manufacture only. And it was for the first time that as a country, India took a stand that the black box which was achieved, even if it was further future action on, it can be the Boeing 787 or the series or the fuel switches and many things which have come under question, or the avionics which you have also mentioned in your question. To have a definitive answer and a definitive future correction measures, we have to look at the final report, sir. And I can say this to the House and through you to the people of this country also, that the AIB has a very definitive, thorough, rule-based process. They are very transparently looking into the process right now, and they are totally unbiased. This also I can say that the AIB is totally unbiased and looking into the facts. Now, there can be many questions also. I have seen multiple articles myself. I have seen multiple articles not only by the Indian media, but also the Western media trying to promote their own narrative, their own viewpoint, their own kind of consideration. But I have to tell you that the way we are seeing the investigation is through the facts. We want to stand by the truth, not what is happening with the pilots or not what is happening with the Boeing or not what is happening with the Air India or any other stakeholder which is this. We want to stand by the truth. We want to find out what exactly happened, and that is only going to be coming out once the final report has been placed. So we have to respect the process of investigation, and once that process of investigation has happened, then we can talk about what happened and how it happened, and then the corrective measures. If we talk about the other incidents that would have happened before, let it be the Air Nippon, Japanese Airways, or any other airways for that fact, every time any incident happens in any country, then the same process is followed, where the investigation body gets into the process of investigation. And once the thorough investigation is done and the final report is placed, only then the corrective measures to all these countries and all these airline operators and all the regulators is sent so that the corrective action is being done. And this has happened in the previous incidences also. Wherever there was any incident happened, whenever there was a mandatory suggestive correction measures that were supposed to be done through the international protocol, it is mandatory for every state regulator to follow these and every airline operator to follow these. And we have thoroughly, without any negligence, we have thoroughly followed all the corrective and suggestive measures from the ICAO international protocol.
Thank you. Second supplementary.
Chairman, sir, as we are all aware that the DGCA is the cornerstone of aviation safety in our country. But as we know, that in spite of these serious incidents which have taken place in our country at this Ahmedabad incidents or the earlier whatever accidents have taken place, the DGCA is functioning at 50% of its sanctioned strength, technical strength. It's a very serious issue. I'd like to know from the Honorable Minister whether the government acknowledges this acute shortage in technical personnel within the DGCA, and what urgent and time-bound steps are being taken to fill these critical vacancies so that the regulator is fully equipped to safeguard the lives of lakhs of passengers who rely on air travel every day. Thank you.
Sir, we all know the kind of progress civil aviation took in the last 10 years, and I have also been time and again talking about the tremendous numbers depicting the growth that we have seen in the country, right? In the number of aircrafts or the passengers that travel through who prefer air travel, or the number of airports. Everything has almost doubled in the last 10 years or more than doubled in the last 10 years, sir. Even after we see that the COVID, which was a major road break for civil aviation, we have crossed the pre-COVID numbers and we are seeing a tremendous growth in civil aviation network. And this is why we from the ministry also recommended that we need to create more posts in this DGCA so that the surveillance or the safety or the security of civil aviation is very much intact with the tremendous robust growth that we are seeing. And this post that we are seeing which are vacant, which has come to discussion, is the posts which have been created in last year and over the period of last 2 to 3 years. And we have to understand that creation of posts and recruitment of posts is a continuous process. And there is UPSC which is also involved. And we from the ministry are in continuous discussion. And last year itself, we have recruited 103 posts, which in the history of DGCA was the highest number of posts which was recruited. And this year we have planned to recruit 190, where UPSC also has come forward. And by October, end of October, we are going to recruit 190 posts for this DGCA. And the other thing, which is more practical that I want to tell the House, is that these are very niche and technical posts. It's not like we have a huge pool. This is a limited pool of subject matter experts, let it be the engineers or the pilots or medical experts, aviation related experts. This is a very specific pool of people that we are trying to pick up from. And it is a very tough process of picking up the right people, because these are going to be the regulators, these are going to be the inspectors, these are going to take care of the safety. So the recruitment process is also a very rigorous process, and we are doing our we have taken notice of this thing also, and it has been continuing process, and we are putting more pressure so that the timelines for the recruitment also come down. And very soon we are in the process of achieving 90% of these vacancies also to be recruited.
Thank you. Third supplementary, Manisri R. Girirajan.
Thank you, sir. I would like to know from the Honorable Minister whether the government has formed any high-level committee and formulated any new norms and procedures to be adopted and complied during the safety audits and the routine inspections of each and every flight before the takeoff, and to provide special refresher training to ensure the physical, mental and emotional stability of the pilots are stable and fit to fly after they complete their 1,000 hours of flight. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, like I said, after the incident itself, aircraft investigation bureau, they are running the investigative process into finding out how and why the incident happened. And on the other side, overlooking in a holistic approach on the safety measures and what can be done further because not only within the country, we are also trying to study other countries across the world where there might be better safety measures in their own countries. So we have also formed a high-level committee under the chairmanship of Home Secretary, and all important people from the aviation are also participating in it, and they are calling people from multiple sectors who are necessary to give more suggestions regarding this. And it is an ongoing process, sir. It was formed right after the incident, and it has got a timeline of 3 months so that they can have multiple meetings within this. And the question which has been put up by the honorable member is also discussed within that committee, and we are all hoping that they come up with some good measures. We already have very robust safety mechanism in the country. We all have to be aware of this process, that it is not that something extravagant or something outside the box is required for the country. We have a very good safety mechanism. Today, if you look at the numbers, today domestically there are 2,909 departures that are happening in the country. 2,909. And internationally, if you look, 624. So overall, the number of departures that are happening every day from the country, 3,500. And around 5 lakh passengers are traveling every day by air. Even today, these are numbers that I have taken from today. So 5 lakh passengers are traveling safely every day. 3,500 flights are taking off every day from the country. So we have a very good process, but we are not stopping there. We want things to be brought down to zero in terms of incidents or anything. That is the process that we have. That is the integrity that we have, and that is the target that we have. So we are being more open now to the suggestions that are coming into our side, and we are looking at the international process also, and some of the countries where they feel, because ICAO, which is the International Civil Aviation Organization, always has a third eye on all the countries which are running operations, which are having these civil aviation networks, because civil aviation is not a thing where it is just within the country. It is not limited within the country. There are airlines from our country which are registered in India going into other countries and picking up and traveling passengers of other countries also. And likewise, other countries' airlines are coming into our country and they are picking up our passengers. So this is a global thing. And all the countries which are having these civil aviation departments or ministries or sectors, they all have to comply with the Civil Aviation Organization, International Civil Aviation Organization protocols. And we have been very committed to maintain those protocols. And we have a very effective score of 85 in the International Civil Aviation Organization safety score. And there are other countries, and you have to imagine the numbers that India has. We have more than 160 airports in the country. And I've given you the number of passengers that are traveling every day. In other countries, you might say that New Zealand or UAE or this thing, how many airports they have? 1, 2, 3. And we are operating at such a vast scale. And that is not like an excuse I'm putting, but that is the kind of growth that we have seen in the country and the kind of growth we are trying to maintain by also having 100% safe and secure civil aviation network.
Dr. Fauzia Khan.
Sir, I would like to ask the Honorable Minister that a Boeing B7878 aircraft VTANW was involved in an air turnback incident due to in-flight shutdown of engine 1 of flight number AI131 during climb on the 4th of August 23. Sir, from the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj International Airport, Mumbai to Heathrow on the 4th of August, this flight was leaving. As per the incident report of DGCA, an HPC stage 10 blade went missing due to improper installation of locking lugs. That made dust accumulate in the left-hand engine, leading to the engine's surge and subsequent engine shutdown. Sir, an RTI...
Be brief.
That's brief only. Sir, an RTI query to the DGCA has revealed that 65 in-flight engine shutdown incidents occurred between 2020 and 2025. So that's quite a large number. In that regard, what specific measures will the government take? As you spoke about such a large number of operations. So, and we have very advanced technology as well. So in order to have a quick before flight inspection of engine and exhaust systems, what measures will the government adopt?
Thank you.
Sir, in terms of safety, I have to also tell that the DGCA has inspections which are planned surveillance, ramp inspections of both the domestic and the foreign sector. spot checks and night surveillance. And this is done through an annual surveillance and safety plan that the DGCA prepares. And based on the regular checking that happens, they have a overlooking safety audit also that is happening all over the country. And they keep monitoring each and every plane. They keep monitoring each and every airport and all the safety measures that are being listed. And everything is very thoroughly monitored. And whenever these kind of incidents happen, let us say there is an in-flight, some engine malfunction that has happened. And these, you have pointed out to one specific aircraft where there seems to be a one specific issue. But there are multiple kinds of issues that can happen. Some might be due to the weather, or some might be due to bird heads that happen. So there are multiple unpredictable and weather related issues also that are there. Everything is properly taken into account. But for that, to ensure that the operations are still safe, even if it is mid-flight journey or on the ground, any incident that is happening, there is a thorough protocol. And it is not that we have invented the protocol or we have invented the safety process. There is a process that the original equipment manufacturer, suppose the Boeing is making the plane, Boeing itself has to list out what all safety measures that has to be done. And on top of that, the FAA, which is the state regulator of that country, it also goes through a process of seeing the design, the maintenance and manufacture. It comes out with the process. Then there is the International Civil Aviation Organization, which overlooks all this, and it comes out with the process. And once that plane is coming back to our country, our state regulator, which is the DGCA, it goes through all these processes, and if mandatory, adds some more processes from its side, so that every single flight before it takes off goes through a specific maintenance based on the line maintenance, base maintenance, engine maintenance. Everything is properly checked from the pilot also. Before taking off, pilot also on ground, he goes around the aircraft and checks all the things. Aircraft maintenance engineer also does another checking. After robust checking and properly jotting down what is happening with the aircraft, only then looking at the rules and procedures, if the aircraft is good for taking off at the time, only then it is supposed to be taken off. So all the processes are thoroughly listed, and we, on behalf of the ministry and from the regulator DGCA, we ensure that there is no negligence and there is no incompetence on any of the processes, and everything is very thoroughly monitored. And if anything occurs also, and if there is anything which occurs due to negligence, then we take serious action on both the operator and any necessary person, and we impose penalties, suspensions. All the process of enforcement is also duly listed.
Thank you. Last supplementary on this question, Mani Satnam Singh Sindoor.
सर, मेरा सवाल इस हादसे में मारे गए अनलकी लोगों के लिए है। जो लोग इस हादसे में मारे गए हैं, उनकी जान की भरपाई तो नहीं हो सकती, लेकिन फिर भी जो बेस्ट पॉसिबल फैमिली के लिए हो सकता है वो होता है। इस हादसे में मारे गए पैसेंजर्स के लिए तो कॉम्पनसेशन अनाउंस की गई है, लेकिन इसमें मेडिकल छात्र भी मारे गए। एक मेडिकल कॉलेज के स्टूडेंट्स जो अपने हॉस्टल में खाना खा रहे थे, मेरा सवाल उनको लेकर है कि उनके लिए कॉम्पनसेशन हुई है, और क्या उनकी फैमिली जो ट्रॉमा में है उनको कोई साइकोलॉजिकल हेल्प देने की कोशिश की गई है? धन्यवाद।
Thank you.
Sir, first of all, I'd like to, through this house, also offer my condolences to the families of both the passengers of who were traveling in the plane, the crew and the passengers, and also the students, the families of both the students also. And this has been our idea right from the time the incident took place, that we are not going to differentiate between the victims, saying that Acha, these are the people who have traveled in the plane and these are the other ones who have got affected or succumbed to outside injuries outside the plane. And all the support that is being extended to the victims of the families inside the plane, the same assistance is being extended to all the families of the people, students who have died outside also, sir. And the compensation also equally, they have also been taken into account, and they are being provided the compensation and the necessary support for the future also. Much of this, the responsibility has been taken by Air India, and combinedly, all the people, both in flight and off, everyone is being taken care of, both from the family side, and all the compensation is being equal. And this, not only in terms of compensation definitely equal, but in terms of assistance also that we are trying to provide from the government side, there is no difference. We are keeping, both are being taken into account in the same process.
Question number 3, Srimati Rekha Sharma ji, माननीय मंत्री जी, पहला सप्लीमेंट्री.
Sir, through you, I would like to ask Honorable Minister, sir, whether the government has undertaken specific initiatives to promote digital upgradation and adoption of emerging technologies, such as artificial intelligence among MSMEs in Haryana, to enhance productivity and competitiveness.
माननीय मंत्री जी.
सभापति महोदय, मूल रूप में हरियाणा का जहां तक सवाल है, उसमें हम लोगों ने ये जो AI इंटेलिजेंस जो है उसके तहत हम लोग जो काम किया है हरियाणा में, वो इस प्रकार है और कई एक तरह से हम लोग उसको फैसिलिटेट किया है. इसमें है कि इंडिया आईए मिशन के द्वारा जो हम लोग काम करते हैं वो लगभग 7 पिलर में उसको हम लोगों ने शुरू किया है और वो सब पिलर में है इंडिया AI कंप्यूट कैपेसिटी, उसका डिटेल भी है कि क्या क्या करना है, उसमें समय लगेगा. दूसरा है इंडिया AI फाउंडेशन ऑफ मॉडल्स, उसमें के तहत भी हम लोग बात करते हैं. तीसरा है AI कोर्स, फिर चौथा है AI एप्लीकेशन डेवलपमेंट फॉर इनिशिएटिव्स, पांचवा है इंडिया आईए फ्यूचर स्किल्स और छठा है इंडिया आईए स्टार्टअप फाइनेंसिंग एंड सातवां है सेफ एंड ट्रस्टेड IC. इसके माध्यम से हम लोग हरियाणा में टेक्नोलॉजी के विकास के लिए और जो भी वहाँ का विकास इस मायने में है उसके लिए हम लोगों ने किया है. और उतना ही नहीं, उसके अलावे और सारी बात है. डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी कम्युनिकेशन में हम लोगों ने यूज किया है, जिसमें संचार साथी है और ASTR के थ्रू भी हम लोग डिलेक्टेड साइबर प्लांट्स को भी लिंक किया है, जिससे किसी प्रकार से साइबर क्राइम नहीं हो सके. ये सब प्रयोग हम लोगों ने हरियाणा में किया है.
माननीय रेखा जी, आपका दूसरा सप्लीमेंट्री.
Honorable Minister, sir, whether any financial incentives, capacity building programs or support mechanism have been introduced to facilitate this transition for MSMEs, and how is Ministry assessing the impact of effectiveness of these initiatives, particularly in terms of digital adoption and improved business outcome?
माननीय मंत्री.
सभापति महोदय, इस मायने में हरियाणा के गवर्नमेंट को और हरियाणा गवर्नमेंट में डिजिटलाइजेशन एंड टेक्नोलॉजी एडॉप्शन के संबंध में हम लोगों ने जो मेजर अपनाया है वो इस प्रकार है. सबसे पहला है पद्मा, जो प्रोग्राम है टू एक्सेलरेट डेवलपमेंट ऑफ MSME डेवलपमेंट. इसमें हम लोग होलिस्टिक सपोर्ट के लिए MSE को इंक्लूड किया है, जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एंड ब्रांडिंग एंड मार्केटिंग को एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप को बढ़ावा देता है. और इसमें हम लोग जो फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट की बात आती है 1000 करोड़ रुपया इसमें हम लोगों ने लगाया है. फिर दूसरा है असिस्टेंट फॉर टेक्नोलॉजी एक्विजिशन स्कीम. इसमें भी हम लोग लगाया है कि जितना भी न्यू पेरेंटेड टेक्नोलॉजी है उसको इन्हांस करना है और ये डिमांड बेसिस पर है. जो भी डिमांड करेंगे हम लोग उसमें देंगे, लेकिन उसमें मोटा मोटी अभी तक 50 लाख लोगों को, जिसमें 75% सब्सिडी दिया है हम लोगों ने. फिर तीसरा इनका है हरियाणा ग्रामीण उद्योग विकास योजना है. इसमें भी हम लोग इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट जो रूरल और बैकवर्ड एरिया है उसको इंकरेज करने के लिए दिया है. और थर्ड भी है मिनी क्लस्टर डेवलपमेंट स्कीम से है, जिसमें हम लोगों ने 2 करोड़ के लगभग में लोगों को फैसिलिटेट किया है और उसमें 169 करोड़ हम लोग टारगेट रखा है. इस तरह से उनको हम लोग आगे बढ़ाने का काम किया है. और फिर जहाँ तक डिजिटल पोर्टल ऑफ गवर्नमेंट एमएसएमई का मामला है, उसमें बहुत से स्कीम हैं जिसके तहत हम लोगों ने काम किया है और उसकी लंबी सूची है. अगर वो कहेंगे तो उनको हम भेज देंगे. के ऐसे 27 स्कीम्स ऐसे हैं जिसके तहत हम उनको मदद करते हैं। और जैसे उद्यम पोर्टल है MSME का, फिर उद्यम वशिष्ठ पोर्टल है, फिर MSME समाधान है, फिर MSME संबंध है, फिर MSME ODR है, फिर MSME टीम है, इत्यादि ये 3 मेजर से हम लोग उनको फैसिलिटेट करते हैं। और सब में अलग अलग पैसा भी एयरमार्क है जिसके तहत उनको हम लोग मदद करते हैं। महोदय
माननीय महुआ माझी।
धन्यवाद माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय। मेरा सवाल है, झारखंड में मानव तस्करी की घटनाएं कुछ वर्षों पूर्व चरम पर थी। वर्तमान सरकार तस्करी की शिकार महिलाओं को रेस्क्यू करके वापस ला रही है और उन्हें तथा अन्य बेरोजगार महिलाओं को अपने राज्य में ही रोजगार से जोड़ने हेतु कई योजनाएं लॉन्च की है। विश्व बैंक ने भी उनकी जोहार परियोजना की प्रशंसा की है। मेरा सवाल है कि झारखंड में उत्पादकता और प्रतिस्पर्धात्मकता को बढ़ाने के लिए सूक्ष्म, लघु और मध्यम उद्यमों द्वारा डिजिटल उन्नयन और कृत्रिम बुद्धिमत्ता जैसी उभरती प्रौद्योगिकियों को अपनाए जाने को बढ़ावा देने के लिए क्या केंद्र सरकार कोई विशिष्ट पहल कर रही है? धन्यवाद।
क्वेश्चन खास करके हरियाणा के संबंध में है, इसलिए हरियाणा से संबंधित सारा स्कीम्स लाए हैं। और हरियाणा में जैसे कि हम आपको बताना चाहते हैं कि टूल्स है, टेक्निकल इंस्टीट्यूशन है, वो सब में हम लोग वुमेन के लिए एक विशेष व्यवस्था किया है। तो उसी तरह से अगर झारखंड की बात आएगी तो झारखंड की सूचना हम उनको दे देने का काम
आप
करेंगे।
पता करके माननीय सदस्य
दे देंगे। ठीक है।
माननीय राघव चड्ढा। माननीय राघव चड्ढा। Question number 3.
Sir, question number 4. I sought.
You have mentioned question number 3 here, sir.
Sir, must be question
Please.
number.
It's 3rd. I can show you. Please.
Just if somebody.
Please take it. माननीय किरण चौधरी।
I would like to ask the Honorable Minister that has the government collaborated with any institutions or industrial bodies in Haryana such as NIFTM Kundli or MSME D Kandal to facilitate digital skill training for small enterprises, and also if there is any plan to set up a dedicated technology facilitation center or center of excellence for digital MSMEs in Haryana.
Thank you.
इस तरह के काम के लिए हम लोग हरियाणा सहित समस्त देश में टूल्स रूम, एक्सटेंशन रूम और एक्सप्रेशन सेंटर के माध्यम से हम लोग काम करते हैं। जहां तक यहाँ हरियाणा का सवाल है, उसमें हम लोगों ने जो दिया है टूल्स रूम और टेक्नोलॉजी सेंटर जो कंट्री में दिया है उसका भी लिस्ट है। जैसे इंडो जर्मन टूल्स रूम औरंगाबाद महाराष्ट्र में है, इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ डिजाइन इलेक्ट्रिकल मेजरिंग इंस्ट्रूमेंट है। इसी तरह से हमारे यहाँ सेंट्रल टूल्स रूम में ट्रेनिंग सेंटर CTTS भुवनेश्वर में है, इंडो दानिश टूल्स रूम DTR जमशेदपुर में है। इस तरह से अनेकों सेंटर हम लोग ने बनाया है इसी टेक्नोलॉजी के विकास के लिए। और फिर जैसे कॉमन फैसिलिटी सेंटर का सवाल है, उसमें हम लोग 5 जगहों में इस तरह की व्यवस्था की है। और उसमें है कि लोकेशन ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट अगर है तो उसमें फुटवेयर क्लस्टर भुवनेश्वर बहादुरपुर जयगिर में है, और उसमें भी दिया है कि डेट ऑफ अप्रूवल है 3/12/2012 से दिया है, और प्रोजेक्ट कॉस्ट है 1509.82 करोड़ रुपया का है, और गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का ग्रांट अप्रूवल उसमें है 916.68 है। उसी तरह से प्रिंटिंग एंड पैकेजिंग क्लस्टर का भी है जो करनाल में है, और उसमें भी है डिटेल सर पैसा करने में समय लगेगा, लेकिन हमारे पास है, ये उनको हम अब भेज देंगे जिसमें डिटेल है कि कहाँ कहाँ हम लोग किया है। खाली क्लस्टर का नाम हम दे देते हैं, 2 बताया हमने कि फूड क्लस्टर बहादुरगंज, प्रिंटिंग एंड पैकेजिंग क्लस्टर फार्मास्यूटिकल क्लस्टर है, फिर इंजीनियरिंग क्लस्टर यमुनानगर में है, फिर प्लाईवुड क्लस्टर जमुनानगर में है। और ये सब में कब शुरू किया है, कितना पैसा दिया है, वो सब इसमें इंडिकेटेड है महोदय। तो मैंने हम लोगों ने इसके लिए किया है। और जहाँ तक स्टेट टेक्नोलॉजी सेंटर बीइंग इस्टेब्लिश्ड हरियाणा का मामला है, तो पहले ही बताया कि टेक्नोलॉजी सेंटर रोहतक में हम लोगों ने शुरू करने का प्रयास किया है, और हम समझते हैं कि जल्दी ही इसमें सारा काम हम लोग शुरू कर देंगे।
माननीय रवि चंद्र बद्दी राजू, क्वेश्चन रिलेट्स टू हरियाणा।
No, sir. Country एक है ना सर।
If the honorable minister wants to reply,
sir, MSME के बारे में बात आपसे sir, lakhs of people are depending upon MSMEs. However, they are struggling to get a decent income from the sector. Lack of the proper support from the government will create various problems in front of them. So my question is, how much is the total allocated amount as a union government subsidy to this sector?
Thank you.
महोदय, MSME का 3 अंग है एक तरह से, उसमें सूक्ष्म, लघु और मध्यम उद्योग के माध्यम से काम करते हैं। विशेषकर हमने सूक्ष्म और मध्यम उद्योग को लिया है और मध्यम उद्योग और सूक्ष्म उद्योग में 2 तरह से हम लोग काम करते हैं। एक उसको पोर्टल दिए बनाया है, उस पोर्टल में एक उद्यम पोर्टल है और उद्यम असिस्ट पोर्टल है। जहां तक इसको आगे पैसा देने की बात है, इसमें हम बताना चाहते हैं कि उद्यम में और उद्यम रसीद लेकर के दोनों में हम लोग 28 करोड़ समथिंग लोगों को हम लोग अभी तक रोजगार दिया है। और रजिस्ट्रेशन का जहां तक सवाल है 6 करोड़ समथिंग है। कहने का मतलब हम यहाँ कहना चाहते हैं कि प्रधानमंत्री के बारे में लोग प्राय कहते हैं कि प्रधानमंत्री जी सिर्फ बात बोलते हैं। मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ इस गेस्ट हाउस को कि हमारे MSME के माध्यम से ही आज 28 करोड़ और 6 करोड़ 34 करोड़ लोगों को हम 2016 से आज तक के हम लोगों ने रोजगार देने का काम किया है। ये महत्व की बात है। और इसमें जहां तक पैसा इन्फ्लुएंट का सवाल है, हम लोग जैसे PM विश्वकर्मा योजना के माध्यम से भी हम लोग छोटे छोटे उद्योगों को, जिसमें वो चमड़ा का काम करते हैं, ये सैलून का काम करते हैं, जिनको कोई आज तक नहीं देखा है, हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने उसके लिए भी PM विश्वकर्मा योजना के माध्यम से काम किया है और उसमें सर्टेन राशि भी अलॉट किया है। और राशि का जहां तक सवाल है, हमारे यहाँ राशि की कोई कमी नहीं है, जो भी होता है हम लोग उसको देते हैं। इसलिए हर आइटम में राशि बताना हमारे समझ से संभव अभी नहीं है। अगर होगा तो माननीय सदस्य को हम भेज देंगे।
आप हाँ माननीय last supplementary on this, Dr. Kalpana Saini. No, please. नहीं, माननीय चड्ढा जी ने नहीं लिया था सप्लीमेंट्री अपना। क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 नाउ श्री मनोज कुमार झा जी। माननीय मंत्री जी,
इसने सर अभी बोला कहां से?
नहीं, अभी सवाल के लिए। तो लेट मी कंप्लीट फर्स्ट फॉर्मेलिटी, उसके बाद पहला सप्लीमेंट्री अब आप पूछिए। आप
नहीं, मैं शुक्रिया अदा, इसलिए मैं परेशान था कि वक्त ना चला जाए।
पर्याप्त वक्त है।
थैंक यू सर।
नहीं, फर्स्ट सप्लीमेंट्री वो पूछ रहे हैं। यू आर हियर जस्ट।
माननीय उपसभापति जी, आपके माध्यम से माननीय मंत्री जी, अभी आज मैं देख रहा था कि इस विषय पर तमाम सदस्यों ने अपनी चिंता व्यक्त की है और वो देश की सामूहिक चिंता है। मुझे अफसोस के साथ पहली सप्लीमेंट्री आने से पहले कहूं कि एक रिपोर्ट लीक होती है, टेलीविजन डिबेट्स में पायलट को विलेन बना दिया जाता है। वो बेचारे दुनिया में आके कहेंगे नहीं कि हम गुनहगार हैं या कोई टेक्निकल मैलफंक्शन। खैर, मेरा पहला है कि जब FAA की US फेडरल एविएशन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की 2018 और यूके की सिविल एविएशन अथॉरिटी ने ये सारे एडवाइजरी पहले जारी की थे फ्यूल स्विच सिस्टम की। अभी हाल में आपने खास करके बोइंग 737 और 787 एयरक्राफ्ट के लिए मैंडेटरी किया है कि आप उसकी ऑडिट करिए, उसकी सेफ्टी सिक्योरिटी मैकेनिज्म को चेक कीजिए। माय क्वेश्चन इज, यू हैव दिस इनपुट इन 2018, since 2018, in 2024, why does it take a crash of this nature to do what should have been done in a routine way? Thank you.
Sir, your question also has the answer. In a routine way, all these checks are already done. When there is a directive that is issued, then there is a special check that is done. But in terms of all the equipment that is there, according to the protocol that is listed, all the checks are thoroughly done. It is not that only when they say that this has to be checked, there is a special check that is done. All the fuel switches, all the cockpit, all the tires, everything get checked very robustly, very regularly. That is why we have a very tough process. But taking an advance, like you said, we wanted to be more thorough. All checking has been duly happening from that time. And what you have mentioned, what the FAA has done also, there are two types of directives. That is, one is the AD, which is the Airworthiness Directive, which is a mandatory that all the other state regulators, they all follow. But what you have mentioned right now is a special airworthiness information bulletin, which is not a mandatory thing. Like you said, if necessary, then the state regulator can do it. But at that point of time, the regulator also took a call that this is not a mandatory thing, and we, on our process of ensuring safety, we have a very good, robust process. So there is not a special check that is required because it was not a mandatory thing that was advised. But after the report has come, we have taken that also into cognizance to ensure that there is further, because like you said, these reports that have come. But I can show you 150 reports where every possible angle that the report can be, everything is already listed. कोई भी अगर report आ जाता तो आप बोल सकते थे कि ये तो पहले ही आ चुका है. So they have written every possible angle, right from the Western media to everyone. So that you can't just point out to one, say that this has been leaked. Because all the reports, I have 10 different angles which are written, which are now not coming out, not being discussed, because they are not touching this topic. But had it touched another topic, another report would have come ki isne already ye likha hai. So this has been right because of the interest that has been there. This has been going on right from day one itself, multiple theories, multiple angles, multiple stories. That is why I have once again, it's an appeal made by the AIB through myself also, I'll make it again to the House, and through you to the larger section of the country also, is to maintain patience until the final report comes out. And we want the truth to be coming out, and we have to give that much space for our AIB also to work. And that is what I request.
Second supplementary, माननीय झा जी.
शुक्रिया उप सभापति जी. जब मैंने कहा था कि ये रिपोर्ट्स आपके पास थी, एडवाइजरी थी, तो इन्होंने कहा कि आपके प्रश्न में ही आपका जवाब है. वो मैं एक विडंबना का जिक्र कर रहा था. It was a statement based on irony, an unfortunate irony, not a plain statement. Having said that, थोड़ा background में sir. Having said that, I'm also aware, like all of you, my friends here, that the duopoly, this Airbus, Boeing, we are aware at the global scale. Let's not get into that. What is important? The in-house mechanism, nearly 50% of sanctioned posts in DGCA are vacant. Doesn't it affect DGCA's capacity? Particularly, I repeat, particularly when during the investigation, many newspapers reported this, that why such anomalies, ऐसी विसंगतियां तब क्यों बाहर आती हैं जब एक बड़ा हादसा गुजरता है, हादसा हो बैठता है, और फिर उसके बाद हम जागने की कोशिश करते हैं. Vacancies and sanctions.
Sir, like I've said, the vacancies have been created because it was a request from the ministry. Now with the growth that we have seen in civil aviation, we wanted more people within the DGCA. And these posts have been posts have been created in the last 2 years only. And the process, right, it's not that when you say that why are they vacant, it is not that we have stopped from recruiting. Right from the day they were created, we have started the process. It is a continuous process. It has to go through various cycles of recruitment also. And the only thing that I wanted to mention so that everyone knows a little bit about what is happening in this recruitment is that this is a very specific pool of people that we are trying to recruit. It is not that we have extensive pool of people. These are subject matter experts, especially in aviation. We are trying to pick up senior people that we are trying to pick up, and who have a demand internationally and in other wings also. And we have a lot of people coming in from Air Force, and they have their own preferences also. So there is a limited pool that we are trying to work with, and we have done every single, in fact, we have put in more effort to do this. That is why I have also mentioned that in the last year, 103 posts which have been recruited was the highest ever. Because we wanted to speed up the process, we wanted to ensure that DGCA, the posts that are created is well equipped and it is full of the people that have to be recruited and no vacancies. It is an ongoing process. This year we are committed to take in 190 more, and also in the future all the posts are being worked out in such a way that no vacancies, the situation of no vacancies does not arise.
First supplementary, Mani Sanjay Singh, not present. Mani Sri Raghav Chadha.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, India's civil aviation sector is booming, no doubt. But it appears that the regulator, the DGCA, which is the backbone of the sector, is cracking up under pressure. I say this because it is understaffed, it is underfunded, and it lacks autonomy. सर, पार्लियामेंट्री स्टैंडिंग कमेटी की रिपोर्ट बताती है कि वर्ष 2024 में टेक्निकल पोस्ट में ओवरऑल वैकेंसीज की बात नहीं कर रहा, डीजीसीए के अंदर टेक्निकल पोस्ट में 55% की वैकेंसी है. टेक्निकल पोस्ट का काम क्या होता है सर? एयर सेफ्टी इंस्पेक्शन, पैसेंजर सेफ्टी, पायलट लाइसेंसिंग, एयरक्राफ्ट मेंटेनेंस और एयर वर्दीनेस. सर, ये शॉर्टेज नहीं, ये क्राइसिस है. और मुझे लगता है सर, देयर इज नो, थैंक यू सर. सर, सवाल पे आ रहा हूं, दैट देयर इज नो मार्जिन ऑफ एरर इन द स्काईज. तो मेरा माननीय मंत्री जी से सर आपके माध्यम से सवाल है कि हम एक डीजीसीए को सेबी, जो एक फाइनेंशियल मार्केट का इंडिपेंडेंट रेगुलेटर है, और ट्राई, जो टेलीकॉम सेक्टर का एक इंडिपेंडेंट रेगुलेटर है, ऐसा ही एक ऑटोनॉमस स्टैट्यूटरी बॉडी में क्यों नहीं तब्दील करते? और दूसरा, टेक्निकल पोस्ट की वैकेंसी कब तक भरी जाएगी?
प्लीज, थैंक यू.
Sir, I have to place on record that the DGCA is not under any kind of pressure. It is operating with utmost seriousness, professionalism, and all the requirements that are there that actually strengthens it according to the International Civil Aviation Protocol. At this moment that you're seeing, I've already explained it in a couple of questions also. The situation is that the posts were just recently created. And like you said, when it comes to the technical posts, you need that right technical capabilities people only to be sitting in those posts. And when you look at that kind of experience, that kind of situation, then obviously the pool which is limited makes it much more difficult to engage these people. And these are people who are having to regulate the safety, which is the prime most importance. The whole fundamental pillar for the growth of our civil aviation sector has been the safety and security of the people and the operations. So keeping that intact, the process itself has so much technical this thing that it gets little difficult, but we have been trying with the UPSC and other people also to engage the right people so that the timelines which takes for it to engage these people gets reduced. And honorable member has also talked about the budget. We have seen in the last 1 year also the 10% increase in the budget is there, and accordingly whenever required, definitely your suggestions have been noted, and whatever best can be done to assist DGCA to be more powerful and more engaging in terms of ensuring the safety, we will be doing it from our side.
Maniya Priyanka ji.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chairman, sir. Sir, there comes a moment in time. So there comes a moment in time when we keep our politics aside, and this particular air crash gave us that moment for even civil aviation to understand the challenges and the loopholes that exist. So my question is very specific, which I've written to the Honorable Minister about. That he told us to be patient with the final report. We were absolutely patient with the interim report too. But why is it that the report was released to the Indian people at 2 a.m. in the morning and there was no briefing done with regards to the AAIB report? So just one second, one question related to the same thing. Pilots have raised their concern that there is no aviation expert who is sitting on that AAIB panel. Why is that so? If Honorable Minister could address that, I'd be grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sir, I'll address the second part first, where it says that no aviation experts have been there. It is not true. There are two subject matter experts in terms of pilots who have been engaged within the investigation team. And likewise, other engineers and all from the industry also have been engaged. And the International Civil Aviation Organization observer also from the UN, where a lot of articles were there that he was rejected and all. So baseless articles have come up at the time, but everyone who was supposed to be in the investigation team, they have all been there. In fact, pilots have also been there. So that addresses the second part. And also regarding the report releasing, it was entirely up to the AIB. It was up to the AIB to finish the report and to release the report. And it's not that when they finished, then they uploaded it. It is according to their this thing. I don't think there was very specific reason of why it has been released in the night or in the morning. It was the report which was supposed to be released, and it was released at that time.
Dr. John Britas.
Specific shortage of time. So after the Kozhikode air crash, the Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau, AIB, has set up a flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder lab, incurring a cost of 879 lakhs. Is it a fact that the investigation, even after that, the investigation is being conducted by AIB Lab, or has the Indian government sought any assistance from a foreign country?
Thank you, Manya Mantri.
Sir, I have mentioned in the answer of the first question that this is the first time the FDR, the CVR has been decoded in the country, and how we have done it and why we are saying that we have done it is exactly because we have started the lab which could be able to do it here in India itself. And the money which was there has been put in to establish this lab.
It's now
and because of the lab itself.